Welcome to another production of Park TV 16 Sports on Location. Tonight we are at the ROC to kick off the 2024-25 girls varsity hockey season, and there is nowhere else I would rather be than at the ROC, the Recreational Outdoor Center in St. Louis Park, home of the Benilde-St. Margaret Red Knights. No, we're not at the ROC. We're at the REC, which is right next door. You learn something every day. My name is Robert Christensen. Glad you're with us here at the REC, bringing you girls Benilde hockey. And they had a great year last year. A lot of talent coming back this year. And already today is November 21st, I believe, 2024. Thanksgiving a week away from today. In Benilde, the girls team has already played 3 games, and they are 1-1-1, and they are taking on what appears to be a powerful Northfield down to the south about an hour. They come in 3-0 out of the Big 9 conference, so I am very curious to see how these teams play against each other. Benilde, the storied, great historical past against Northfield, the up-and-comers from the southern suburbs of Minneapolis, St. Paul, and we're underway from the Rec Center in St. Louis Park again. Glad you're with us here as we are streaming live on YouTube, and this is ParkTV 16 Sports on Location, streaming live. And now the Red Knights control the puck on the initial faceoff, and the first wrist shot taken by number 18, that was Talia Hansen, and now the puck is cleared all the way back into the Red Knight zone. Back to chase it, number 9, Bailey Gray, already a captain as a senior. Feels like she's been here before. I can't believe she's already a senior. Now Northfield plays the puck in their own end. That's number 21 for the Raiders, Maya Miller, a junior. Now Miller backhands it out to the near side to number 19. That is Polkert. And now the Red Knights control in the Northfield zone. That's number 22, Addie Morris, the senior captain, puts it right across the goal crease. Puck now loose into the near side. Northfield tries to clear it, and they get it by Morris into the neutral zone, but quickly back into the Northfield zone, and they will clear the puck, and that will bring the first icing call of the match. That stops the clock with 15:45 to go. No score here early on. And we are bringing you girls high school varsity hockey. Benilde-St. Margaret's at home. Morris on the face-off, controlled by the Red Knights, keeping the pressure on the Raiders of Northfield. Now in the slot, cross-rink pass to Riley in the slot. Shot lost, and the rebound by number 97. Hassler misses just wide left. Now the puck back into the Red Knight zone, and there's going to be a trip going to be called on Hassler, number 97, as she goes to the box, and she draws the first penalty of the night. That'll be 2 minutes for tripping on number 97, Hassler. And the Raiders, who haven't shown any offensive ability so far here in the first period, will now have an offensive opportunity with a face-off in the Red Knight zone with 15:24 to go, first period. And the face-off, the quick shot from the blue line by number 21, Mia Miller. Now the shot from the slot just skates by the goaltender, who's number 1, Emma Matek, a sophomore. Now the puck all the way, and a breakaway here for the Red Knights, and the quick shot by Pasqua misses to the left. Rebounds all the way out to neutral ice, and now here come the Raiders with a player advantage, coming and skating around, weaving. Number 21 was Miller. Miller announcing her presence tonight. Now the puck intercepted in front. Nice defense by number 44 for the Red Knights. That's Brooklyn Riley, the senior. Now the puck at the point. Wrist shot, misses wide left. Rebound in the slot, turning and shooting for the Raiders was number 16. That is Perulka. Now the puck right on net. Maka with the save. Puck still loose in the zone. 1:02 to go in the player advantage for the Raiders. They keep the puck in at the blue line. Nicely done by number 21, Miller. Miller clearly showing her advantage out there. Nice backhand pass, quick slot in front. Number 19 fans on it slightly. That was Paquette, and now a whistle as the goaltender for the Red Knights, Emma Matak, the sophomore, stops the clock with 14:08 to go, period number 1, but not before the Raiders put on a flurry of offense there. And now the face-off to Maddox left. 14:08, 44 seconds remaining in the player advantage. Now the Raiders controlling. Miller again, just dominating out there. Blocked in front nicely, and now the puck gets cleared all the way down on net. And it has to be saved by number 31, Macy Mueller. And now a whistle, and it's unclear to me what that is. And I think it's because the goaltender, Mueller, held on to it too long. And now for the Red Knights advantage, that brings a face-off in the Raiders zone with 28 seconds remaining in the player advantage for the Raiders. Puck controlled by number 21 for the Red Knights. On the draw was Bryn Heising. And keeping in nicely was Bailey Gray. Now back to retrieve it for the Raiders. Number 10, that is Rasmussen. And now at mid-ice, intercepted by number 5 for the Red Knights. That's Rosinski. And she puts it on net. A shorthanded goal opportunity is saved by number 31, Macy Mueller, and that'll stop the clock with 13:29 to go, period number 1. 6 seconds remaining on the player advantage, but you wouldn't know it with a face-off in the Raiders zone. Nice job by the Red Knights on their first penalty kill. And now they are at full strength. Hassler comes out, she'll go to the bench, skating on, number 44 right in the slot there, looking to take the pass fresh off the bench was Brooklyn Riley. Now Gray with it, showing her quickness, kept in right at the blue line by number 5, Ruzinski. Now the puck loose in the slot, saved by Mueller, puck loose, and now she smothers it. It has number 10 for the Red Knights, Emerson Rock, goes down to her knees, and the clock now stopped with 13:02 remaining. So good, fast-paced action here. Glad you're watching ParkTV 16 Sports. We're streaming live on YouTube. Now face-off to the right of Mueller. Controlled momentarily by the Raiders. That's number 11 that scoots around with it. Perkulka now in the slot, kept in at the blue line by number 11, Vernig. And now the puck at neutral ice, and here come the Raiders. Number 11 on the left side is Perutka, and she puts a shot right on net, and Matak makes the glove save to stop any type of momentum that the Raiders have. But that will bring a face-off to the left of Malak. I don't think I'm pronouncing that right, but I'll get it down eventually. Now face-off to Malak's right, in to take the draw, number 18 for the Red Knights. That's Ryan. And she wins the draw, but puck still up in the air. Who's going to be controlled by? Back behind the net, fighting for it is number 2 for the Raiders. That was Lillian Gindra. Now puck loose in front again, and number 1, the goaltender, the sophomore, Emma Maddock, makes another save. That's her 4th on the night. That stops the clock with 12:23 to go. Both teams at full strength here. No score yet. 4 shots apiece on the board. Now face-off in the Red Knights zone. Controlled by the Raiders. They bring it out to the point. Played along the far boards. Puck still loose as they try to struggle for control. The Raiders come up with it. Centering pass, nobody there but a Red Knight, and that is number 5 as she breaks out. Ruzinski all the way down. Cross pass in the slot. Open was Zarachak. Couldn't put the stick on it. Now they lose it back to neutral ice, and they'll have to regroup for the Red Knights. And putting the forecheck on there for the Raiders, number 19, Paukert, now at neutral ice, nifty pass, and now they've got a 2-on-1. Quick wrist shot taken by number 18 was Talia Hansen, and another save by Macy Mueller, the senior goaltender for the Raiders. This is not her first rodeo, and she hangs in there confidently and makes the save, but there will be a face-off to her left. Clock stopped right now with 11:42 remaining. 6 shots in favor of the Red Knights. Now face-off to the left of Mueller. Controlled by number 6 for the Red Knights. That's Bendixson. Puck loose in front. Raiders try to clear, and they do in the neutral zone. Now quickly shoved back into the Raiders zone by number 9, Bailey Gray, the senior captain. Now puck loose, picked up by Benilde-St. Benilde-St centering pass, nobody there, and there to retrieve it for the Raiders. Number 20 is Paulson. Paulson now skates it into the Red Knight zone, only to be met there by number 22 for the Red Knights on defense. That's Addie Morris. Now the Raiders push it right back into the Red Knight zone. So after the initial start with the Red Knights dominating and a penalty ensued, that gave the Raiders some confidence. Now it seems to be a little more even, both sides on the offensive forays, but the clock now stopped as an offside, I believe, was called, and that'll bring the face-off just outside the blue line. 11:01 to go here, period number 1. Face-off controlled by the Red Knights. Gray now in the far corner will skate around, being chased on the forecheck. She'll have to reverse course. Now tries to reverse it around, comes back the other way. How versatile is that by Bailey Gray? Completely in control on her skates out there. Now into the offensive zone. Benilde-St gets skated off that pass, and now here come the Raiders. That was a nifty play right there by number 11 for the Raiders, Perulka. Beautifully taken away, skating around, cleared the puck, but the Red Knights push it right back into the Raiders zone, and now they're trying to clear it again. Now in to stop that on the forecheck, Emerson Rock, the sophomore. Now the Raiders on her knees, number 21. That again is Miller. Miller skates it all the way into the Red Knight zone. She gets checked, not supposed to be checking, but it does occur inadvertently, of course. And now we're gonna have a penalty coming up on the Red Knights. This will be their second of the night, and skating off is number 5, Campbell Ruzinski, the senior captain, and this will now be the second power play opportunity of the night for the Northfield Raiders. On the road, good hour drive, maybe on a bus, an hour and a half, up here to play the Red Knights in their home ice at the REC in St. Louis Park. Now the face-off to the left of Malik. Or Maddock, I should say. Puck played behind her, and Gray goes down, gets up quickly though. Now Raiders centering pass, no one there but a Red Knight, and that is number 14 on the interception, Ella Pasqua. And now far into the Raiders zone is number 10, Rock. Rock gets it taken away by the Raiders, number 16, Emma Perulka. Now just over the blue line, and that's going to be offsides, as clearly the Raiders, number 16, was beyond the blue line when they carried the puck across. That stops the clock with 9:34 to go. Fast-moving first period. Again, glad you're with us here on ParkTV 16 Sports, our first winter broadcast of the 2024-25 season. Again, glad you're with us. Now puck controlled and into the Red Knight zone. Playing it for the Red Knights, number 44, Brooklyn Riley. Now cleared all the way down. They wave off icing, and now it's going to be a race. And getting there first is the Red Knights. That's Hassler. She's very dangerous in open ice. Now the centering pass in front. Mrs. Gray. She couldn't control it. Maybe a little too much mustard on that pass. And now the Raiders take it back and off into the neutral zone. Number 18 struggles with it for the Raiders, and now a whistle on the near side, number 18, Beam. And an offsides again called, just under 9 minutes to go here, first period. 8:58 to be exact. Face-off now just outside the blue line. Raiders now holding their own on the offensive side of the equation here in the first period. After the Red Knights, again, I reiterate, dominated early on. And I will also say it's Veterans Night tonight. They had a nice celebration of all our veterans. Of course, Veterans Day was on Monday, November 11th. And now in the slot, Ryan puts the move on and the shot and a goal. Are you kidding me? Number 7, Ruby Ryan, the senior, put the move on the defender. Went to the backhand, back to the forehand, and with the wrist shot, beat the goaltender Mueller for a first goal of the night by the Red Knights. And there is the celebration back in their own zone. And that was a goal suitable for framing for Ruby Ryan. Nifty play there. She found herself open in the slot right on the doorstep of Mueller, the goaltender for Northfield, and the Red Knights now up 1-0 against an undefeated Raiders team coming out of the Big Nine Conference. Now, following the face-off, back in against the boards. Fighting for it for the Red Knights, number 8 is Zakarchek. And the Raiders come away with it. Nice outlet pass by number 16 for the Raiders was Perulka. Now behind the net, number 18 is Beenham. Now the centering pass, no one there except for number 18 for the Red Knights. That's Ryan, Claire Ryan, not Ruby. Claire Ryan plays it against the side of the goal. Rebound now picked up by the Raiders behind their net in the corner. That is Miller. Seemingly ubiquitous, isn't it? Mia Miller, she's everywhere. Now here come the Red Knights. Pasqua coming in, splits the defense, and great goaltending there by Macy Mueller as she moved her body right along, kept her eyes focused, and was able to make that save. But what an also great play by Pasqua. She almost split the defense, and now Pasqua with it again. Another no-look backhanded pass, now picked up by Emerson Rock. Rock now, number 10, off the boards, banks it into the Raiders zone. Getting there first for the Raiders is number 10, Rasmussen. Now puck loose, Riley over to the near far side to number 5 for the Red Knights. That is Ruzinski. Now Ruzinski goes down against the far boards. Outlet pass to the point, kept in by number 44 for the Red Knights. That was Riley. Now behind the net, centering pass right in front, and just missing was number 22, Morris. Now Morris with it as the Red Knights are smelling blood here with 6:44 to go in period number 1. They lead 1-0. They have a 7-4 lead on shots on goal. Now the Raiders come away with it. Finally, number 11 is Perulka, and she finally clears the puck, and the Raiders get a much-needed change. Now back in their own zone with it, very fast. Bailey Gray coming all the way down, single-handedly puts the move on and almost comes in, and just at the last moment, what great defense for the Raiders by number 23. That was Regan Crone. If I saw the number right, great defense on the back check, or Bailey Gray was on her way to a breakaway goal as she weaved through the entire defense. Now Gray again with a hard wrist shot with the left side. That caroms off the backboards. Now Bennington puts it on net, blocked away. Red Knights still buzzing, backhanded, poked away. Raiders playing great defense, just huddling in there, keeping their integrity. Now Hassler comes in, and Macy Mueller frustratingly grabs that puck out of the air and stops the clock, and a deep breath taken by both teams can occur with 5:41 to go here. Great hockey action here on ParkTV 16 Sports. Quickly now they'll set up the face-off to the left of Macy Mueller. No rest for the weary here as we are getting to the later stages of period number 1. Now puck caught up along the near boards, comes away with it. Guess who? Mia Miller. What a talent she is for the Raiders. Look at her skate out and accelerate the speed as she gets all the way around the corner. The Red Knights could not catch up to her. And there is exceptional talent there in Mia Miller for the Raiders. Now Miller in front, can't control it. Taken away niftily by number 11 for the Red Knights. That was Josie Vernig. And now all the way down, and I think they are going to call an icing call. The first one of the night against the Red Knights. That stops the clock with 5:05 to go. And back into the Red Knights zone we go. Our score, 1-0 Red Knights. Out of the Metro West Conference, hosting the Big Nine 3-0 Northfield Raiders, a growing community to the south. Home of St. Olaf College and Carleton Colleges, 2 great educational institutions. And if you've never been there, it's a quaint town. They have Jesse James days and a great community for sure. And up here in the Minneapolis suburbs, playing the Red Knights, looking for their first goal. And there's Mia Miller. She'll play it into the zone and chase. Puck loose behind the net. Getting there first is the Red Knights number 11, Josie Vernig. And now played along the far boards was number 5 for the Red Knights, Ruzinski. She'll change, and now the Raiders. The outlet pass misses the mark. That could be an icing call unless the Raiders get there first. They wave it off. Good pressure on the forecheck by number 20 for the Raiders. I cannot understate what she did. That was Isabel Paulson, the sophomore, prevented single-handedly from her hustle down there for an icing call to be called. 4 minutes to go now. First period. Now kept in at the far point by number 44, Brooklyn Riley. In the slot, centering pass and a goal. Beautifully done. I believe the goal is going to go to number 10, Emerson Rock. But there were two Red Knights in the slot, and there she is. Number 10, Emerson Rock, gets the second tally of the night for the Red Knights. That goal will come with 3:52 to go. And there is Pasqua to congratulate her, and they are quickly to the center ice. It's like they got a cake in the oven here. They don't even waste any time. They can't get the PA announcing, but that's good. Let's get this going. 3:46 to go. And the assist is going to go to number 44, Brooklyn Riley, and that was a great pass from the corner that set up the goal by Emerson Rock. 2-0 Red Knights, 3.5 to go now, period number 1, and the Raiders now looking for some offense, and they might have it right here. The quick shot just misses over the crossbar as a nifty play, not nifty, great play by Emma Perultka. Now back all the way on the other side. The action back and forth. This is what makes high school sports so great. No better action anywhere. Now Vernig behind the net. 3:06 to go. It is wide open hockey here early on in the first period. All the way down is number 11. The quick wrist shot by number 11 was Vernig. My goodness, now behind the net, Morris with it as the Red Knights are looking to add to their 2-0 lead with less than 3 to go in period number 1. Hassler with a shot put on net. Rebound in front, cleared beautifully from her knees was number 11 for the Raiders, Reese Perultka, the sophomore. Heads up play by her, relieves the pressure, but it will bring the puck back into the Raiders zone with 2:39 remaining. And as I look at the shots on goal, it's been a while. The Raiders seem to have been stuck on 4 since the early stages of period number 1. Doesn't feel that way. They've had their scoring opportunities. They just haven't always resulted in a shot on goal. So that may be a little bit misleading if you haven't been watching the whole first period. Now 2:27 to go. Puck now at the point, kept in by number 11 for the Red Knights, Josie Vernig. Now that is Hassler. Hassler gives it up to Ryan at the point. Tried to skate by, but taken away niftily by number 3, Olive Cook. Sophomore, young team here for the Raiders, and now getting there first is Vernig. Vernig quickly. Pass intended for Morris, just misses. She taps it into the Raiders zone, and the Red Knights will change on the fly. Just under 2 minutes to go here in period number 1. Now Raiders trying to find some sort of offense here. A goal at the end of this period would be just what the doctor ordered if they could get it, but Morris will play it all the way down. Or I should say that was number 21, Miller. And that's going to be an icing call. And these Red Knights have put on the pressure pretty consistently throughout this whole first period. And now another face-off with 1:41 to go. Controlled by the Red Knights, at least momentarily. Number 21 is Heising, and now here come the Raiders. And a chance here with less than 2 to go in period number 1, and an offsides call. That was a close one as the referee, the linesman, looks to the Benilde bench there, and we don't have the replay tonight, so we can't do a fact check on that, but another offsides, and that has been a hampering point, I think, for the Raiders. They've had several of those that have thwarted some great scoring opportunities. Now they're almost springing loose was number 21, Heising, as the Red Knights look to add to their lead here in the first. Now coming away with it, number 16 for the Raiders is Emma Perultka. And now Miller plays it off the boards to the near side at neutral ice. Now a minute to go. Riley skates it into the Raiders zone, and she puts a wrist shot right on target, and that is saved by Macy Mueller, the senior goaltender, which stops the clock once again. with 55.2 seconds remaining. And Mueller, she looks tired out there. I can't blame her. She's faced 10 shots. She's given up 2 goals and has faced pretty much relentless pressure. And she's going to face it again as the Red Knights win that face-off. Quick shot from Bailey Gray at the point. Misses wide left. Now Rock, who already has a goal, feeds Gray at the point. Gray misses it momentarily. Now almost picked off on the back check by the Raiders, but Ryan and the Red Knights keep control. Bailey with a deflected in front by Rock, and the rebound picked up, centering pass intercepted momentarily, but kept in by Bailey and the Red Knights. 25 seconds remaining, period number 1. Now they try to clear it, and that is Ryan, number 7. Wrist shot from the blue line, puck loose in front. Now coming in, Gray puts a shot, deflected just over the crossbar. Now open in front, winding up in a shot, and Mueller makes the save with 9.1 seconds remaining. And the Red Knights, during that span, add 3 shots to their shots on goal. They lead 13-4 in that category. And we have 9.1 seconds remaining in the first period from the rec center in St. Louis Park. That is Morris for the Red Knights. On the face-off, quickly she tried to get a shot off, 3 seconds remaining. Raiders try to clear, quick shot blocked in front, and there's the buzzer signaling the end of period number 1. So from the rec center in St. Louis Park, our score after 1 complete, Red Knights lead 2-0 over the Raiders. Stay with us for period number 2. You're watching ParkTV 16 Sports. We're streaming live on YouTube. Stay with us.
Millions plan for retirement online. Estimate your future benefits, apply for retirement, and manage your benefits all from the comfort of your home. And give yourself the freedom to do what you want offline. Social Security's online services help put you in control with secure access to your information anytime, anywhere, allowing you to spend more time with family, friends, or simply just enjoying the day. Social Security, securing today and tomorrow. See what you can do online at socialsecurity.gov.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Welcome back to ParkTV 16 Sports on location. We are at the Rec Center in St. Louis Park, streaming live on YouTube, bringing you girls varsity hockey from the home of the Red Knights at the Rec Center in St. Louis Park. And they are taking on, not the St. Louis Park Orioles on the wall to the right, but the Northfield Raiders, who come in out of the Big 9 Conference with a 3-0 record. But they find themselves down 2-0 here at the beginning of period number 1. Red Knights dominated, most exhibited by their shots on goal. 13-4 in the first period. Now we're underway in the second. Red Knights will be going from right to left this time. In goal, their sophomore goaltender is Emma Matak. She's been brilliant, although only having faced 4 shots on goal. And the Raiders have played better than that, but here come the Red Knights with a 3-on-1 break early in the second. And that shot deflected by the senior goaltender, who's played well despite those 2 goals, Macy Mueller. Now Gray puts it on net, deflected by Mueller. And now the puck caroms around, and that is Mia Miller. And now gives it across to the near side to number 11, who's played well also. That's Reese Perultka, as she skates it all the way around behind the Red Knights zone. And now it goes into the neutral zone, controlled though by Miller, and now gets poke checked off her stick by number 8 for the Red Knights. That was Zaracek. And now in the slot, backhand pass by number 21, Heising. Puck loose in front, still loose, no one able to corral it, and it's still loose behind the net. Number 44, Riley with it. Red Knights continuing their domination here early in the second period, as the Raiders now really efforting to try to get control of that puck, and the Red Knights just dominating completely so far here in the second. Brzezinski keeps it along the near boards. Now in the corner, they never blow the whistle. When I was a kid, I'd watch the North Stars in the 70s and 80s, and they would call those whistles, but they don't call them anymore. A lot of malingering going on, of course. and they let them play it out. Now the Raiders try to clear it out, kept in nicely along the boards. Number 6 with their leg, that was Grace Bendixson. And finally the Raiders cleared it. It's gonna be an icing, but that beats not clearing it at all, and they will get a much needed change here, just under 15 minutes to go. So that was a 3-minute barrage by the Red Knights as they added to their shots on goal. 13 now, 3 more, and now a face-off to Mueller's left as they waste no time. 14:59 to go. My name is Robert Christensen. Glad you're with us here on ParkTV 16 Sports. Now in the slot, number 10, that is Rock. And she gets the puck poke checked away, but kept in on the near side at the point by Ruby Ryan. Puck finds its way in front of the goal by Mueller. They're able to steer it back to the near boards. Ryan almost intercepts it. Chasing it is Rock, but it does make it to the neutral zone. As the Red Knights just seem to have a huge grip, even a huger grip on this Raider team. And now there's going to be a icing call on the Red Knights. And what a break if you are a Raiders fan. And they are going to get a face-off in the Red Knights zone. And a face-off to the sophomore goaltender. My first opportunity to watch her. She's playing very well. Emma Maddock, the sophomore, so far perfect in nets, only facing 4 goals all in the first period, none here in the second. Now the Raiders with the puck and a face-off in the Red Knight zone, and an opportunity for them to try to get some offense going, but it's taken away by the Red Knights, number 18, Talia Hansen. Now in front, the goal score opportunity was to number 10, Emerson Rock, and she just put it right over the crossbar. Oh, I believe actually that was number 18, Hansen, instead. Sometimes it's hard for me to pick up their numbers as they're crunched up, or my angle isn't the best, or they got a big ponytail covering it. But as the season goes on, I'll get to know their names and numbers without having to look at the program, so thank you for bearing with me. Now the Raiders try to break it out. Nice outlet pass, but unable to handle it was number 18. That was Beanham. And that was unfortunate for the Raiders, but they do regroup, and a nifty pass out to the mid zone to number 16, Peruka, and now it's back into the Red Knight zone. Vernick plays it around to number 7. That is Ruby Ryan, and it's poke checked back in, and now Hansen, I should say, plays it in, and she'll skate off as the Red Knights change, and the Northfield Raiders try to take advantage as they push the puck in behind the net. Maddock gets there, but the Raiders are also there. She gets almost caught up in the transition. Now here come the Raiders on the back check as the Red Knights keep it in. Now Hassler has it. Ultra talented Hassler. Now Morris behind the net. As she gets double teamed, Hassler loose with it. Centering pass in front. And the shot by Bendixson just goes wide left. 12:44 to go. Now Morris over to Hassler in the slot, and she fans on it. Right in the inner circle. Rebound comes out, and now the quick shot by Bendixson and the save by Mueller. Great hockey action here on ParkTV 16 Sports. Great, just can't quite keep it in on the blue line. And they don't call offsides there. I'm not sure why not, as Morris played that clearly offsides, and they let that go or didn't recognize it, or maybe I misrecognized it, but that's how it appeared to me. Meanwhile, play goes on, and the Gray gets there, showing her speed and versatility. Wheels back around. Very talented Bailey Gray. It just seems like a day ago she was just a sophomore, and a quick goal in front as she lost it, and in front, number 5 took advantage. Taylor Crone, I believe, got the goal. And a mishap there by the Red Knights. Suddenly, in front of the net was number 5, Taylor Crone, and she can't believe it. And neither can this stunned crowd, as the Red Knights were clearly dominating, and we won't be able to show the replay, but you can rewind it on your computer or wherever you're watching it. But that was magnificent, and now the Raiders are only down 1, despite being down in shots 14-5. Now they are going to try to make them pay, aren't they? Now Nelson right in the shot, and Mueller Holding's in there and makes the save. As there was a 2-on-1 break there for the Red Knights as they tried to answer right back, and Mueller makes the save, and the clock is stopped with 11:40 to go. I don't care what sport or what level you watch, the action does not get better than this right here on ParkTV 16 Sports. High school sports is where it's at. And now here, and especially with Red Knight hockey, and this Raiders team is feisty and they are putting up a great fight. They're only down 2-1. Here they come back and they've got a 2-on-1 break of their own. That goal might have just been nuts, and they didn't do the pass, and the shot on net by number 16 for the Raiders was magnificent by Perolka. Now they try to break it out and they keep it back in. The fight by the Raiders. Great high school action going on here at the rec center in St. Louis Park. Now puck loose, chasing it for the Raiders is number 11, Reese Perulka. And the Red Knights now looking to find it. They're not gonna blow this whistle for reasons I gave a moment ago. Now it finally untangles itself. It's sort of like untangling a tied shoe knot, isn't it? When the puck goes into these entanglements in the corner. Now the Raiders get there first. Backhand pass. Red Knights are gonna change. That's gonna give the Raiders a chance. Long outlet pass is gonna end up in icing, and that will stop the clock with 10:36 to go. Our score, 2-1. Red Knights lead in shots on goal, 20-6, but only lead by 1 on the scoreboard. That's the stat that matters. Now they got a face-off in the Raiders zone, and that is Vernig, number 21, to do the draw for the Red Knights. She wins it. Now at the point, Gray looks to pass to number 8, Bendixson. Bendixson cross rink to Ruby Ryan, and her shot gets caromed off the goaltender Mueller and all the way down, and it's going to be another icing call on the Raiders. That stops the clock with 10:20 to go. And a face-off will come all the way back into the Raiders zone as they will try to find another way to claw out a goal against this mighty Benilde team. Now, Heising wins the draw. With it, number 18, Hansen. Hansen behind the net. Centering pass in front, and Mueller makes a great save. Puck loose as it popped up in the air, and she denies number 21 for the Red Knights, Heising. Wow, what great action there. Another great save, suitable for framing if you're a Raiders fan. Now behind the net, Bendixson. As the big red machine of this Red Knight team keeps putting the pressure on. 21 shots on goal, and we're not even halfway, or barely halfway through the match here in the second period. Now Gray behind the net, outlet pass, hits number 8 at the line, Grozakchek. Now the Raiders take back over, that's number 20 with it. Paulson, now kept right back in, picked up by number 8, Bailey Gray. Gray, with her speed, comes along. Zorotsky puts it in, and she'll change on the fly. Back to get it is Mia Miller. Miller now caroms it along the near boards, gets it out to the neutral zone. Rosinski gets it right back into the Northfield zone. Hassler now meets it there onside. Puck loose in front. Playing it, almost getting it in, was number 8. And now we got a whistle as the goal came off its pylons. And that is the cause of the whistle and a stoppage in play with 9:03 to go in period number 2. Our score 2-1. Ruzinski at the point following the faceoff. Wrist shot blocked in front. Poke check there by number 11. That is Reese Borutka. And now the puck comes all the way back into the Red Knight zone. Getting there first for the Red Knights, number 14, Ella Pasqua. At the neutral zone, the Raiders play it back in with number 22, Abby Casal, I should say. Now here come the Red Knights, 44, Brooklyn Riley. Riley with the wrist shot, caroms across the goal mouth into the near corner. Now the Red Knights still controlling. Hassler to number 5, Ruzinski. Ruzinski behind the net, and the centering pass is scooped up by the magnificent goaltending by Macy Mueller, the senior goaltender. She has faced 24 shots on the night with 8:15 to go in period number 2, only given up 2 goals. And a huge reason why these Raiders are still in this match. with a chance to tie here with 8:15 to go in period number 2. Now face off to Mueller's left. Players go down, and now it's picked up by Emerson Rock at the point, and it did come across the line. The Red Knights will have to regroup and get onside. Now to the near boards to Ryan. Ryan now inside to Pasqua, coming in seemingly, and she's gonna get tripped up just as she was gonna go on net. Now centering pass, as now the Red Knights goaltender was just about to leave to add a player, but there's gonna be a hooking call or tripping call coming up on the Raiders. You know, that could have been, we don't have the ability to show you the replay, but arguably my thought was that could have been a penalty shot, as she sort of was almost one-on-one with the goaltender and pulled down from behind. Not your typical breakaway pull down, but close enough. They didn't give it to her, but nevertheless, 2 minutes on the board for the Red Knights, trying to add to their 2-1 lead. They lead in shots again, 24-6. Raiders had 4 in the first period, 2 in the second, and now the wrist shot from the top of the circle, taken by number 5, Campbell Brzezinski, the senior captain, scooped up by Mueller. Macy Mueller is becoming the star of this game here for the Raiders, as she has kept the Red Knights at bay with only 2 goals on 25 shots. Will her teammates reward her with another tying goal here? Meanwhile, minute and a half to go in the player advantage. Red Knights at the top, inside now to Heising, and now she'll take it back in the circle. Playing the give and go with Bendixson. Now Gray with the wrist shot, blocked in front by Mueller. That shot goes across the crease to the far boards. Playing it now, Rosinski coming away with it, the left-handed wrist shot. That goes wide left into the boards and all the way out and back, and the Red Knights will have to regroup with a minute to go in the penalty and the player advantage. Raiders change. Now the outlet pass, intercepted by Reese Perutka, almost, but is Karam's in, onside, Heising, and the clearing pass just makes it out barely. Nicely done by number 10 for the Raiders, Olivia Rasmussen. And that stops the clock with 6:32 remaining in second period. 45 seconds remaining in the player advantage. And we have another penalty that I didn't notice. Going to come up against number 14, Ella Pasqua, as I see her have a seat in the penalty box. That's going to even it up for the next 45 seconds. And then the Raiders are going to go on their first power play of the evening. And they'll have over a minute with the player advantage. So can they hold on here at even strength? Now the faceoff won by number 44, Brooklyn Riley, as she pushes it ahead to number 11 for the Red Knights, Josie Bernig. Now on the far side, Morris skates in on the far side, gets around the edge, stops, backhand pass to Hassler. Now in the slot, wide open, Brooklyn Riley, and she couldn't get a lot on that one, and the save again by Mueller. She's faced 26 shots now. Now Hassler. She spins around. Just excellent skaters on this Red Knight team. Beautiful to watch. Now, centering pass, no one there but the Raider, and they click it out, and that's not going to be icing. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, they are at even strength. My bad, and that will be icing, and that'll bring the puck back into the Raiders zone. And just to set the clock situation here, there's 5:53 to go in period number 2, as we see the officials meeting at center ice, and I'm not sure what they're talking about. But there's 5 seconds remaining in the penalty to the Raiders. Mia Miller, she'll be on the ice, and then the Raiders will have a player advantage for a minute and 16, or a minute and 15 exactly, after the next 5 seconds. Face off now at center ice. Again, 5:53 to go, period number 2. And face off, our score 2-1. Now, Red Knights with it. And now we're at full strength. Red Knight goes down, no call on the play. Outlet pass to a wide open Raider. She skates it in. And now they're going to have room to play here for the Raiders. An excellent opportunity in the next minute, as that's what they have left. Now centering pass gets blocked in front, kept in just barely, but nicely by number 19 for the Raiders. That was Ashlyn Puckert. Now in the slot, gets deflected away by Bendixson, number 8 for the Red Knights. 5:15 remaining in the period, 40 seconds in the player advantage, and now the Raiders are forced to regroup at mid-ice. And now they get it into the Red Knights zone, trying to find some stability on the power play. 27 seconds remaining in the player advantage. Now Mia Miller comes in and from her knees tried to get her wrist shot off, and she is slow to get up. Very slow to get up, but she does get up. Now play continues on in the slot there. Almost an opportunity, but losing handle on it was number 16, Pozorka, Emma Perolka. So there's Emma and Reese Perolka, 16 and 11. Now both teams at full strength, 4.5 minutes to go. Raiders, though, control the puck in the Red Knights zone nevertheless. And now the Red Knights tried to clear it, but kept in nicely by Emma Perolka, as she still battles against two Red Knights. Now just coming off the bench, the Raiders are trying to help them. They keep it in, and now the Red Knights clear the puck. And Bailey Gray now, one-on-one, goes by the defense, and they're going to call a penalty, and I'm not sure why that is. Except maybe they put their leg out, and that's probably going to be what it is. And we won't be able to see the replay this time around. From my angle, it looked like it might have been legal, but it looked like she stuck her thigh out there, which would be a trip. So that's going to put the Red Knights on the power play. I believe, I don't see the door opening yet for a Northfield player, and I think they're trying to determine who's going to go in. And it did look like a little bit of roulette as to which player they were going to call it on. And again, we don't have the replay tonight, unfortunately, but it looks like number 22 is going to take the heat on that. The scapegoat is going to be Abby Casal, the senior. So now the Red Knights, and they've got to be a little frustrated with 26 shots on goal and only 2 in the net, and a 2-1 lead here. I'm sure they feel they should be up by a lot more, and I can feel their frustration as they center it in there. But the Raiders have been hanging in there tough out of the Big Nine and a 3-0 record, and very talented in their own right, giving the Red Knights all kinds of fits here. Now, top of the key, Gray to the far side to number 21, Heising. And the Raiders kick it right back out, just like a pinball machine. And the Red Knights will have to regroup behind the net. Number 9, that is Bailey Gray. Gray now to Morris, almost gets it picked off her stick. And she perseveres, and now it's 3-on-1, just like that. Hassler comes right in on Mueller, and she keeps her eye on the ball and is able to keep the puck out of the net, but the rebound stays in the zone. Now Hassler in the corner at the slot. Number 11 for the Red Knights. Vernig now into the corner. Playing catch with Morris. Vernig at the point. Over to the far side to Pasqua. Pasqua skates into the top of the circle, gives it up on the backhand to Hassler, and her wrist shot at eye level. Seemingly an easy save for the Raiders. Macy Mueller, as she is keeping her team in there with 2:38 to go. 2-1 our score, 34 seconds remaining in the player advantage. And the face-off won by the Raiders. They try to clear it, and they just do as they split the defense. Huge face-off by the Raiders here with 2.5 minutes to go. Now Pasqua behind the net, 24 seconds in the player advantage. And she's being faced down by number 18. That is Emily Beeham. And now Miller forces it back into the Red Knight zone. 10 seconds remaining in the player advantage. Great penalty kill if they can hold on here for the Raiders. Late in the second period. Now spinning around Hassler. Now both teams at full strength. Coming out of the box for the Raiders was 22 Casal. And now Hassler coming right in. Her shot misses. Back behind the boards. Down goes a Raider. No call on that. And now the Raiders behind their own net as they try to clear the puck. Kept in by Pasqua. She moves to her right with the wrist shot. Almost deflected into the net. Cleared wide. Rebound. Karams out to Vernick. To the near side, Pasqua. 1:35 remaining. Now Gray, number 9, gets it taken away by guess who? Miller. Now taken back away in the slot. The shot, and Miller takes her down. No call on that play. Play continues in the zone. Pasqua backhanded from the top of the circle. Behind the net. Picked up by number 12 for the Red Knights. That is, nope, there is no number 12. Now back out at center ice, Bailey Gray. Pasqua now with it. She'll skate it in. Gets by on the boards. Coming in the slot with an angle. Right in on net. And the shot deflected in front. 1 minute to go now in period number 2. Outlet pass to the Raiders. That's number 23. Regan Crone, the freshman. Now Bailey Gray, number 9, comes away with it. She's got speed and she's off to the races on the far side. And it gets poke-checked away beautifully by the Raiders. Just in time, 40 seconds to go. That was number 29 for the Raiders. And I don't have a name for her, unfortunately, in my program. Now here come the Red Knights. That's Heising, number 18. She gets spun around as the Raiders, and now Mueller makes the save, her 29th shot on goal, her 27th save comes with 25 seconds remaining in period number 2, and our score remains 2-1 Red Knights, as we are going to be heading to a nail-biting third period here. If you're a Raiders or a Red Knights fan, Red Knights looking to get above 500. They came in 1-1-1 on the season. Raiders 3-0, trying to preserve their unbeaten streak to start off the season. Now face-off with 20 seconds remaining at the top of the key. Wrist shot in close, and Mueller, more and more, she is becoming the story of this game. Macy Mueller has faced 30 shots, and she's still got a whole nother period to go. I hope she doesn't have an algebra test tomorrow, because she's going to be feeling it after tonight. Okay, face off to her left. Now, coming out, kept in on that far point by Brooklyn Riley. 6 seconds remaining. Puck loose in front, picked up by the Raiders. This should end the period, and our score is going to remain 2-1 from the rec center. Stay tuned for period number 3. We're streaming live on YouTube. This is ParkTV 16 Sports. Stay with us for period number 3.
Looks like we all made it. But now what?
We lost everything. What are we going to do with no fresh water?
No food.
What are we gonna do with no social media?
Kids aren't the only ones drowning in social media, but teens are definitely the most attached to their phones, which is not all good. Kids who spend too much time texting and posting are more likely to feel isolated and depressed. No one is saying throw your phone away, but once in a while, try actually calling somebody. Talking is even more social than social media. For clues on how to clear your head and brighten your outlook, try visiting one more site, yourlifeyourvoice.org.
Still no service.
Welcome back to ParkTV 16 Sports on location. We are at the Rec Center in St. Louis Park, bringing you non-conference girls varsity hockey, and we are about to begin period number 3. And if you're just joining us, what a match this has been. Red Knights are clinging to a 2-1 lead here at home against the Northfield Raiders out of the Big 9 Conference. But this is the glaring statistic. The Red Knights, 30 shots on goals, but only 2 goals to show for it. Meanwhile, the Raiders, only 8 shots on goal, but they got one in the second period. And they have held on and are just down by 1 with 17 minutes on the clock. And the Red Knights are looking to find that back of the net here with all those shots on goal. Meanwhile, Raiders looking for a way to get back in this. And the story of the match has to be the goaltender for the Northfield Raiders, Macy Mueller. has turned away 28 shots, keeping her team in this. The senior goaltender is the star of the match so far, despite her team being down 2-1. All right, now Red Knights going left to right, looking to put this one to bed as early as they can in the third, and now the shot right on net, deflected to the far corner. That shot taken by number 18, Talia Hansen. And the Red Knights, both teams at full strength to start the third. That is Ryan. Wrist shot in front. And I will say this, the Northfield Raiders play great positional defense. Now, centering pass deflected in front. Another great defensive play. This time by number 11 for the Raiders. That is, of course, Reese Peroltka. And now behind the net, the Raiders keep the pressure on, which they've done all night long. It's just that they only have 2 goals to show for it. Now, top of the key, Bailey to the near side, Ryan. Bailey Gray that was, of course. Now Ryan in the corner, gets double teamed. Now Ryan centering pass in front, Benilde-St fans on it. Puck caroms to the far side along the boards, Morris. Wrist shot from the top of the key at the blue line, deflected in front, and the Raiders finally clear it all the way down, and that is going to be an intentional icing by the Raiders, and that will stop the clock with 15:37 to go. So for about the first minute and a half, the Red Knights from the opening faceoff had the pressure on in the Raiders zone, as they did at the beginning of the period number 2. And now a faceoff to the right of Macy Mueller. 15:37 remaining. Face-off won by the Red Knights, kept in on the far side by Lulu Rosinski. Now behind the net, picked up by Hassler, number 7. Caroms the puck out to Brooklyn Riley. Wrist shot in front, deflected, and again, Macy Mueller with the save. And that brings a round of applause from the fans that have traveled this far north from the southern metro. I would call Northfield now in the metro area. It probably is just outside, but our growing suburbs, it's right on the border of Lakeville, and that's a suburb, so why not Northfield now? And they are growing community in sports, and now sneaking it in, Lulu Rosinski catches the Northfield Raiders off guard, and just like that, quietly, snake-like Lulu Rosinski, the senior captain, just like that, puts the Red Knights up by 2. It was so stealth-like by Lulu Rosinski, I think everyone is stunned, including the goaltender, Macy Mueller. It's almost like everyone was just waking up. Meanwhile, Lulu Rosinski says, I think I'm just going to sneak around and stuff it in, and just like that, 3-1. Amazing how hockey can be played here after that nip and tuck fighting by the Raiders, and then to give up a goal like that, and now a 2-goal lead is almost feeling like it's insurmountable for the Raiders. They only have 8 shots on goal. 1-goal deficit makes it anyone's game. 2-goal deficit makes it a lot tougher for a team that only has 8 shots on goal in the third. So let's see what happens, though. This Raider team does have a resilient streak to them as they now outlet the pass to mid-ice to number 20. That's Isabel Paulson. Now played by number 22 for the Raiders. That is Abby Koska. Now into the Red Knight zone. Puck comes out to the blue line, and it comes out to the neutral ice. Chasing it is Pasqua for the Red Knights, but getting there first is the Raiders, number 21, Mia Miller. If it's Maya, my apologies. Now here come the Raiders, 2-on-2 with a little bit of a chance, and the puck gets forced to the outside, and now we're going to have a whistle and a penalty, and I think that's going to come against the Red Knights as they were on the defense, and it is, and heading to the penalty box is going to be number 10, Emerson Rock, the sophomore. And so now a little bit of hope for the Raiders with 14:15 remaining in period number 3, and 2 minutes on the board, and a 2-minute advantage for the Raiders with a face-off to the left of the Red Knights goaltender, the sophomore Emma Matek. And puck won by the Red Knights on the face-off. They announced the penalty and the shot taken by number 16, Emma Perolka, for the Raiders. That puck caroms into the corner. Now the Red Knights try to break out with number 6, Benilde-St, but taken away quickly by number 18, and the shot by Emily Beam, and that one almost goes in. Now Beam again on the far side. Played now to number 18, Emily Beam, and now it comes out to neutral ice. Hassler chases it, and the Raiders get there first. They clear it to the near side, and Mia Miller throws it into the Red Knights zone. Now the Red Knights try to clear it, kept in on the far side by Beam, and now it'll come all the way out. They wave off icing, and going back to get it is Mia Miller, and the Red Knights will change on the fly with 13:20 to go. And now skating out, Mia Miller bounces it off the near boards to number 11. That was Perolka. Now the interception by number 22. That is Addie Morris. Now taken right back away by number 16, Emma Perolka. Perolka now 1-on-2, gets it poke checked away nicely by Lulu Rosinski. Now coming away with it is Lulu Rosinski, and she'll play it along the boards, and that should be icing if they call that, and they wave it off. Now getting there, Mia Miller. She'll come along to the near side, play it off the boards, and now it's picked off by Pasqua. She comes in, it gets poke checked away by Miller. Now played in by Lulu Rosinski, on net, saved by Macy Mueller. 12:36 to go in the match. Raiders down 2 here. They came in with a 3-0 undefeated record, now played off. Now in the corner. Turning her on it is number 10 for the Raiders, Olivia Rasmussen, and now it's going to come all the way into the Red Knight zone, and that's going to be an icing call. And there's now 3 seconds remaining in the player advantage for Northfield, and they will get that advantage in their own end. And standing in the penalty box across the way is number 10 for the Red Knights, Emerson Rock, ready to come out and put the Red Knights at full strength. And now she is out. She'll go to the bench. Skating on is number 21 in her stead for the Red Knights, Bryn Heising, the sophomore. Both teams at full strength, and an even 12 minutes to go here in the third. Red Knights lead 3-1. Looking to go above 500 here in their 4th game of the young 2024-25 season. Under 12 to play now. Raiders with it in their own zone. Nice outlet pass, unable to control it, but maybe intentionally, was number 4, Lindsay Erickson, as she skates off, and they change on the fly. Now the Red Knights on the change. Bailey Gray weaving in and out of traffic, coming right into the slot, and a nice kick save with the left leg. And now the rebound by Zarutska. Raiders try to clear. Kept in by Heising. She gets her own pass in front. Another kick save by Macy Mueller. She is unbelievable in nets, the goaltender for the Raiders. Now back into the Red Knight zone. Gray skates off the Raiders number 3. That was Olive Cook. Cook, just an 8th grader out there. Now the puck comes out to neutral ice. That draws a whistle. That stops the clock with 10:57 remaining. And the puck now back in the Raiders zone. Red Knights lead 3-1. Their advantage on shots on goal have been now, they stand at 36-10. And there's a penalty against the Raiders, and the Red Knights are on the power play with a 2-goal lead with just under 11 to go in the match. Now Pasqua skates to the center from the blue line, wrist shot, and Macy Mueller makes another glove save. Her 34th of the night. And she is getting a workout for sure. Number 31, Macy Mueller, has been impressive. Now the face-off to Vernig, number 11. Hassler, top of the circle, wrist shot. Caroms to the far side. Rebound comes out in favor of Northfield, and they'll play it back into the Red Knight zone. No change. And that is number 97, Kendall Hassler, back to play it. Skates by the defender, eludes another one. Now at mid-ice into the Northfield zone. Single-handedly skates the length of the ice. Feeds Vernick at the top of the key. Now in the Raiders zone. Hassler at the top of the circle, gets the puck poke checked away, loose. Vernig takes a wrist shot. That's blocked in front. Now the rebound to Addie Morris. Morris now on the far circle. 10 minutes to go in the match. Puck comes right across the crease. Now in the corner, Hassler plays it out. Addie Morris over there. Now Mia Miller takes it away for the Raiders. She has been a savior and an angel for this Raiders defense. And now a big shot, an inadvertent collision between number 16, Emma Perolka, and Hassler. And she's going to come off shaken up as she left her stick on the... And that was a huge collision right in front of where I'm standing, and I've got an eye on her, and she looks like she's moving around well, but she got hit high up, and she's just going to shake it off. What a tough young woman she is. So I'm keeping an eye on her on the sideline, and they're going to check her out for a concussion as they take off her helmet. Meanwhile, play continues on with 9.5 minutes to go. Lulu Rosinski over to the far side to number 8, Bendixson. Bendixson now plays it into the corner. That's Bailey Gray. Back out to Bendixson. The one-timer pass to Rosinski, and she one-times it. That may have hit the post, but I think that was another save by Macy Mueller. 9:13 to go. Top of the key. Gray now. To the near side, Rosinski. Her shot deflected in front. Rebound played by Heising. Now into the far corner. Number 18 chasing it for the Red Knights. That's Talia Hansen. Hansen reaches for it. Now all alone in front. Mueller makes the save, the rebound, and a goal. The Red Knights are going to count it. It's going to be their fourth. Let's see. You don't have the replay, but it looks like it's going to be number 8, Grace Bendixson, the junior, with the goal. Puts the Red Knights up by 3 now, 4-1. Macy Mueller had made the initial save. And then it was loose in front, and Bendixson got the poke check stick on it to put it behind her. And I don't know Macy Mueller or anything about the Northfield Raiders that I've seen tonight, but she has played magnificently. That was a great initial save there, too. I'm sure the Red Knights would attest to that. This score could be way more out of control if it wasn't for Macy Mueller. She is somebody to watch here. I'm going to keep an eye on this Raider team, on their scores throughout. They're a good team coming out of a different conference, and they've given these Red Knights all they can handle on defense. 4-1 though our score with under 8.5 to go. As Bendixson got that 4th goal on the rebound after the initial great save by Macy Mueller for the Raiders. Now the puck played to the far side. Josie Vernig now. Puck taken away by the Raiders, number 5, Taylor Crone. Now out. In mid-ice. Red Knights play it back in. 3 aside come in. Ryan gets there first, only to be met by the Raiders. Number 21, guess who? Maya Miller. A standout star for the Raiders, to be sure, along with Macy Mueller. Now Bendixson. And the Red Knights have a slew of stars on their team. Now to the near side, played off the boards. Brooklyn Riley stands in there. And the puck now comes back to Lula Rosinski with 7.5 to go in the match. She'll spin back around, and look at this Raiders' relentless forecheck here. They're a good hockey team, this Raider team. Now, nice nifty pass to Hassler. Wasn't a 2-line pass. She comes in, goes to the backhand, and couldn't quite get the handle on it as Mueller stretched her left pad to try to make the save. But the story there was Hassler just couldn't get the stick on it to get the shot she wanted. But boy, does she have the moves. Now, outlet pass intercepted by Bendixson. Under 7 to go here in the match. To the near side, Lulu Rosinski. Head pass now to Addie Morris. She gets it cross rink, almost gets tipped away by number 10 for the Raiders, Rasmussen. Now behind the net, Bendixson goes down with the left shoulder, and that's going to draw a penalty. And I believe the Red Knights are going to go back on the power play with that shoulder. And that's true. Over to the box with no complaint is Olivia Rasmussen, the senior defenseman. We'll put another 2 minutes on the board for a power play for the Red Knights. That penalty comes with 1:38 remaining, and now the face-off. Rosinski at the top of the key, plays it to the near boards, gets the give and go. Rosinski with the quick wrist shot and the quick pad save by Macy Mueller. I have become a fan of Macy Mueller. She is a great goaltender out there. Quick, cat-like quick. Right in there. Look at that positioning, and she smothers that puck. She's good, isn't she? Yeah, she's really good. There's a couple Northfield students doing their own filming in front of me, and they can overhear me talking, and they are backing me up on my assessment of Macy Mueller. 1:41 to go. Puck now back out at center ice. Bailey Gray now back to retrieve it. 3-goal lead here for the Red Knights. They're going to feel good. They're going to be at 500 here. Now puck loose in front, and there is Macy Mueller making that glove save. I'm wondering where she's going to play next year, Macy Mueller. I'm going to have to look her up and see if she's got a scholarship somewhere. If not, someone should give her one. She's a heck of a goaltender. Meanwhile, you know, the goaltender for the Red Knights, I don't mean to be dismissive, and I'm not, but she's only faced 10 shots. She's a sophomore. She's played well when she's needed to. But I think that's the toughest part for a goaltender. She's just, I'm looking down at her. She's just lonely down there. I think that makes it harder because when the rush comes, you got to stay focused, and I think it's easy to make allow your mind to wander while the puck is on the far end for so much time. And now that pass just missed the stick of number 21, Heising. And the Red Knights just dominating here. 41 shots on goal. 4 have made it through. That's 36 saves for Macy Mueller. Now on the far side. Red Knights. And it feels like the Raiders might be getting a little fatigued out there, chasing them around. They have played valiantly. Their team still standing along the boards. Now in front. Deflected away. As the Raiders trying to kill off yet another penalty here. Now right off the bench, Pasqua gets that pass right on time. The wrist shot in traffic, deflected in front. Rebound to number 21, Heising. Heising now gets a poke check and now out to neutral ice. That'll relieve the pressure with 6 seconds to go in the player advantage. Lulu Rosinski now, and now they are at full strength. Puck comes right out to number 19, who came out of the box, Ashlyn Parkhurst. And now Mia Miller. Miller and Mueller leading the way for the Raiders here. Late here in the third. Now the outlet pass and met there briefly by number 16 for the Red Knights, Claire Ryan. And now back into the Raiders zone at where it's been consistently throughout the third period. I don't think the Raiders have a shot on goal here in the third. Unfortunately, 4 minutes remaining in the match. Now the Raiders, number 10, spins around Olive Rasmussen. It gets taken away, and that shot just goes over the crossbar. And a near miss for the Red Knights. They try to add to their lead and their statistics with 3:45 remaining. And a good time to remind you that you are watching ParkTV 16 Sports. I'm Robert Christensen, of course. Glad you're with us. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Now, in front, the wrist shot just gets by that right post. Shot taken by Josie Vernig. And now Vernig again with it. To the near side, Ryan. Back to Vernig, wide open. Gets marked, though, briefly by number 18, Beam. Now the puck comes back behind the net. And it's almost like shooting practice here for the Red Knights. They are just relentless on offense. And now they'll just clear the puck. Number 16, Emma Perolka. Almost a mercy icing there as both teams needed a rest. Even the offense by the Red Knights, as they were just continuing the pressure. And now it's going to continue some more here with 3:02 to go in the match. Face off to the left of Macy Mueller. Despite letting in 4 goals, she has been superb. All right, now here are the Red Knights, just dominating. Centering pass deflected in front by number 22. That was Abby Kasai, maybe. Okay, now here come the Raiders. Outlet, leading pass, misses the mark. Caroms to the near boards, now into the Red Knights zone as the Raiders try to get some sort of offense going. Red Knights now clear it back out. That's number 32 off the bench, Taylor Nelson, the freshman, as Coach Kevin Gray and Kelly Panic go to their bench here with a 3-goal lead with under 3 to go. Approaching 2 minutes to be exact. Lulu Rosinski tried to find Nelson with a cross pass in the front of the crease. Just misses on that attempt. 2:10 to go now. Puck loose in the circle. Now picked up by number 5 for the Raiders, Taylor Crone. Now it's put right back into the Raiders zone. Riley at the blue line can't keep it in. Now Benditson at neutral ice skates it back into the Raiders zone. She goes to the backhand, goes back to the forehand. The wrist shot and the rebound. She gets it herself and puts it in for her 2nd goal of the night and the 5th for the Red Knights. And that comes with 1:46 remaining. And that was Grace Bendixson, the junior. And I believe that is her 2nd goal of the night, if I'm not mistaken. 5-1 now. Red Knights on 43 shots. And quickly to the center ice. And the clock now running with 1:40 to go in the match. Red Knights are going to improve to 2-1-1. Their next match coming up following tonight will be against Moorhead at Moorhead this Saturday. They'll be on the road, then they'll be back home here for Champlin and then Farmington and Andover. 3 home games in a row in December. Winter hockey season is underway here, and ParkTV 16 Sports is going to be here for many of these games. And glad you're with us. Okay, now 1 minute to go in the match. Puck clogged up in the near corner, now taken away and broke out by number 7, Ruby Ryan. Now in front and a chance, and now skated off the puck by the Raiders. 42 seconds remaining as now they'll clear it all the way around, and they're going to wave off icing here this late in the match. 34 seconds, puck played around to the near side. Kept in at the point by number 10 for the Raiders. That's Olivia Rasmussen. Kept in again by Rasmussen. 23 seconds now. Back Vernig with it behind the net. As the Raiders keep up the forecheck here, trying to get one tally here before the night is over and the long bus ride home. Now the Red Knights clear it. Pasqua skates it in the neutral zone with 3 seconds to go. She'll come in. The referee was in her way briefly there. You might have called interference on him. And there is the buzzer signaling the end of this match. So for Paul Broden, our producer, and everyone connected with ParkTV 16 Sports, my name is Robert Christensen. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Red Knights win 5-1. We'll see you again.